Hello everyone, and today we're back for another Loomian Legacy showcase video, and in this video we're going to be showcasing Soul Burst Florant. It's been a while since I last showcased Soul Burst Florant, and the reason why I haven't showcased Soul Burst Florant in the past is because it's actually very tough to use. It's one of the hardest Loomians in the game to use. So I'm going to be using Soul Burst Florant with the Woodsman ability in its normal form. This is so it's immune to plant type attacks, and it gets a melee attack increase if need be. I got Brawny Nimble. Brawny makes it so it hits as hard as it possibly can, especially in its Soul Burst form, where it has the Power Jaw ability, where moves like Parasitize and Vice Jaws, and its Soul move Canaria Snap does more damage. I have Poison and Photosynthesis as my other moves. Poison to poison other threats, and Photosynthesis to heal its HP back. Nimble and 104 speed TPs makes it, while in its Soul Burst form, its speed creeps 8 speed TP Wobbless, which is a very high impact situation. I want to outspeed 8 speed TP Wobbless because I can hit it with a Vice Jaws or hit it with a Poison as I switch out. If I need to KO a Wobbless that's at half HP, I can do it with a Vice Jaws because Vice Jaws hits ice types for super effective damage. Not only that, but it also hits Loomians like Teclipse for super effective damage, which is really nice because this is my best way on the team to deal with Teclipse. I have 144 in the health as extra bulk, 32 in the range defense as leftovers, and 20 in the energy puts us at 250. So, Florant has a lot of weaknesses, so I needed to build a team that could specifically build around those. So I have 2 fire types to deal with icicle traps. I have Specialty Boots Ikazune with Zip Zap, and Energy Surge is my last move to hit Zulong. And I have Terrifying Milkshake Seer Knight with Boiling Press and Stirring Steel. I have Raging Flame to deal with melee attackers and barbs so I can deal some hazard damage. I got Aqualoss with Aqua Body. This is to deal with other fire types because I'm not really good against other fire types, so it's nice to have a Loomian like Aqualoss on the team. Gnarlygash to hit Luminami and Drudge. I got Gargolem Attack because this thing is just a monster. This is also my Clutch Plushie Loomian, so if need be, into a pinch I can always aggressively switch into this, use the Clutch Plushie, and then KO a threat. I also have emergency Mudslide hazard removal if needed. I got Valkyrie, which is a defensive applied frustration Valkyrie. 160 in the speed makes it, so after a gust, I can actually outspeed Nimble my mass, and then Flash and Flee off of it. Holy Slash is there to hit Lashant, Rejuvenate to heal HP back, and Flash and Flee is a pivot move. And the final Loomian on this team is Reaper Tyranics with no light type move. I have Spectral Burst, Tricky Tactics, Frost Beam, and Peace of Mind. This is more of a melee defensive Tyranics that uses Tricky Tactics to KO light types. And if you KO a light type, I can actually heal 50% of its maximum HP back. So that is going to be the team I'm going to be using around Florant. Let's see how it does in battle. Alright, we're into battle number 1 with Soul Burst Florant, and let's see what team you have. Okay, this team looks bad. An Ice type and 2 Loomians with Frost Beam. So, we're already off to a brutal start, although there is a Valkyrie, so it isn't completely dead yet. I gotta play this right. The biggest thing is going to be Barbs. Barbs are going to be a huge part of this battle. I can bring... Ikazune actually does not outspeed Gargolem's speed, so I can't even really use that. I could bring Gargolem. Gargolem is actually nice for this team, because he is a slower-based team, although he does have Prowler, so I'm going to have to be very careful with the Ursul. The Ursul's such a nightmare. I have no idea how to deal with Ursul. Everything dies to Ursul, so it's really not ideal. I could bring Boots Ika, but Boots Ika kind of just dies to... I mean, I outspeed Borea. The problem is that Gargolem's speed. And the Tyranics as well. Oh, do I just bring you for the Tyranics? Honestly, I think I just bring Valkyrie for the Tyranics. Although I need something to at least switch into Ursul. So yeah, I have to do this. I'll lead Seer Knight on Tyranics. Oh, had to be Gargolem. I actually did not want it to be Gargolem this turn. This sucks. Okay, this kind of sucks. I don't like this at all. Sad part is, the best play is to go into Gargolem Attack is the best play. That's the sad part. This is actually the best play to go for. Everything else kind of dies to this. Okay, it's Mud Spider, so it's speed controlling Gargolem. I'll go for a Jet Stream for some damage. And yeah, I just gotta hit this thing twice. Nothing else to really say here. I just hope he kind of switches out. He places Icicle Traps, which is okay. Not the end of the world. I could always go Seer Knight. Nice, that's a lot of damage. Got a critical hit. Alright. I can go for another Jet Stream. And yeah, I'm just gonna try to get rid of this thing before this thing sets up and sweeps. He actually switched out, which is fine. Goes into Luminami. Switches into the Jet Stream. I actually don't care if he goes for the Flash and Flay. Flash and Flay I don't mind too much of. I just want to... The biggest thing is I just really, really want to get rid of these Icicle Traps. Because if these Icicle Traps are up, I'm not going to do well versus... I'm not going to be able to get Florant into the game, so I need to do this. Problem is he's going to just Flash and Flay. Oh, just Wave Record. Okay, just Wave Record. Did a decent chunk of damage, not much. I can go for a layer of Barbs. Go for a layer of Barbs for the road. That's going to help versus his Fog mode. That's going to help versus the Fog mode of the team. That's going to help versus the Fog mode of the team. Goes into Revenine. Revenine comes in. Revenine is kind of scary, actually. I got to be careful against this guy. Alright. Layer of Barbs come up. He was expecting me to Raging Flame. I'll go for the Tyrannics play. Because I live the hits pretty well. Good thing is Revenine does not have Magnify yet. Fire Breath does a lot of damage. But I have the Health Amulet, so I get to stay alive. I'll go for the Gnarly Gash on the... No, not Gnarly Gash. Now, this is the tech with Tyrannics. I now go for Tricky Tactics on Luminant. Bruh, you have Tyrannics. I mean, it makes sense that he has Tyrannics, but still. That's not how the tech was supposed to work! And now he clicks Flash and Flay, or goes for Frostbeam. I have to just get rid of the Icicle Traps. The problem is he just goes back Gargolem. Although if he does go back Gargolem and places Icicle Traps, he loses his Gargolem. That's the way I look at this. Oh, nice. He just went for Frostbeam, predicting Florant. Okay. I know how to play the Florant now. Critical hit me, but it doesn't matter because Quad Resist is funny. I'll go for a Searing Steel for just some massive damage to something. Yarsoul's gonna be the nightmare. That's gonna be the Loomian I'm gonna have to find a way to deal with. There's the Searing Steel. Have a little bit of speed on Seer Knight. Actually got rid of the Tronics, which is good. So we cannot get Fog back up, meaning that Yarsoul only has so many turns. But yeah, now Yarsoul can click moves. I bet you he brought Yarsoul. I mean, there's no reason for him not to bring Yarsoul. If he goes Gargolem, I'm gonna attack it. I'm gonna attack the Gargolem speed if he brings it in. Nope, he went Borealis. He actually went Borealis. He's going to go for an Undermine. I mean, that's the best play for him to go for. I think I'm going to switch into Florant. This is the chance. I think he Undermines. Oh, he went for Cycle Chomp? I didn't want him to do that. Okay, well, I'm going to switch out again then. Well, back into Seer Knight. Back into Seer Knight again. I don't think he's stuck in the Cycle Chomp. I think he actually is not Boots. Okay, he is Boots. Okay, well, we can confirm he's Boots now at least. Gargolem comes back in. I should have just KO'd it. That was bad. I should have just KO'd it. I should have just KO'd the thing. That was bad. I'll attack it. Only play I can make. Darn, it sucks. He's going to get Icicle Traps back up and limit Florant even more. Florant has a game here. Florant does have a game. It won't be easy, but Florant does have a game here. If I can find a way to deal with Borealis, it does have a game. Oh, nice. He went for Slapdown. That's best case scenario. He expected me to switch. Perfect. I can get rid of this thing with no Poison Barbs up. And I get a layer of Barbs up, so Revenine cannot do that much damage. Alright, we're looking good now. We're looking good. On Luminami, Flash and Flay, I can stop it. I'm just trying to think how I can get Florant into the game. That's the hard part, is getting it into the game. Revenine comes back into Barbs. Probably going for the Fire Breath play, because that's the only play you can really go for. Yeah, Luminami, Borealis, Revenine. I know what he has left. I know what you have left, which is good. Yeah, I don't think this is going to be great for good old Florant. I would have to have a Loomian die to Loomian. That would be the only way I could work. There's the Dark Surge for a decent chunk of damage. Yeah, that's a pretty good chunk of damage. You don't want to lose your Revenine. I'll just Spectral Burst. Ah, I could have doubled. It sucks. I did not go for Tricky Tactics that turn, but it's fine. I don't need to go for Tricky Tactics. He's out of turns. That's the way I look at it. He's out of turns. I can even just go for Gnarly. I can just go for Tricky Tactics and just try to deal a little bit of damage. I know what he has left. So Tricky Tactics for a little bit of damage. Not much, because you are restrictive. Good to know. He tried to predict Florant coming in. I knew he was going to go for that play. I knew he was trying to go for that play call. Now we'll stop Florant for him. Now we'll stop Luminami. Now we'll do the Florant play. Yes! I got him! I got him! Let's go! I got him now! Soul Burst! Cardaria Snap! Finally, I got Florant into the game, and I can actually use the Soul Move. The Soul Move is pretty much free here. He can't go into anything. He can't even go into Revenine. Oh my god, I think Borealis is just dead. I think Borealis is dead because Soul Burst Florant actually does hit pretty hard. And the way I win this game is I poison either Revenine or Luminami. That's how I win this game. So even though I wasted my Soul Move, it comes at the cost of destroying the Borealis. Because that's the thing that's good about Soul Burst Florant, is that it has Power Jaw and a very good melee attack stat. So it actually hits really hard with the moves that it has. Not to mention that a lot of its chomping moves are draining moves, meaning it can actually keep itself alive too. Nicely done, Mr. Florant. You did a good job there. If he goes Revenine, I go for Poison, and I tried to Poison Stall it. Perfect. He went Revenine. Do I Poison Stall or do I just Para? Actually, I kind of don't know what the best play is here, honestly. I think I just throw Poison at it. Fire Breath will do a lot of damage. I don't think this is Vengeance, so I think I live a hit. Okay, it is Vengeance. Good to know. So it is a Vengeance Revenine. Okay, it is Vengeance. Alright, that's fine. Well, I know how to win this game then. So that's good. We go into Akalos, getting rid of the Borealis. That one turn with Soul Burst Florant is what opened up the game, because it got rid of a critical threat for Akalos to win. Now Akalos could just win the game now. Alright, we go for a setup. There is Lumi. Lumi comes back in. Lumi's chip, but I don't trust it. I'm going to go for another Drudge. I'm going to go for 2 Drudges here. I think 2 Drudges will be enough to win. So he's Vengeance Revenine, good to know. Either that or he's Goggles. It could be Goggles. Because he is a Prowler Revenine, probably. Radiant Rush will not do that much damage. Yeah, nothing. Nothing. Gnarly Gash! Yeah, and now we're +2, so we're just kind of cooking from here. There we go, Luminami. Luminami is gone. And yeah, Akalos can just clean up the game now. I have Rainfall plushie on Akalos and Clutch plushie on Gargolem. Something I gotta remember is that Clutch plushie does not work on Soul Burst Celestine, so that is something I gotta keep in mind for later. That was a pretty good first battle with Florant. It only had 1 turn to attack, but boy, that 1 turn proved to be critical. Let's head into battle number 2. Alright, battle number 2 with Soul Burst Florant, and hopefully it's a better matchup. Okay. This looks like a way better matchup, because this is great for you, great for the Holly Bunch. Surkami is a little tricky, but it's not terrible. Okay, Billow Forge. I gotta find a way to destroy the Billow Forge. Billow Forge is going to be the Loomian to beat. Billow Forge is going to have to be the Loomian to beat. Okay, good to know. So, watch out for Billow Forge, get Barbs up early. Try to deal with hazards early with it. That's going to have to be the game plan. You're a good bring. I gotta watch out for you too. Yeah, that thing is not good. I don't like that thing at all. I'll bring Valkyrie, because Valkyrie's a good bring. Ikazune can be a good bring, but it kind of has a terrible matchup. Eliguana and Billow. And Surkame Seasong just destroys it too, so yeah, it wouldn't work. And Akalos has a bad matchup too, because it just doesn't do much to anything. Even though it does a lot to Billow, I could get Scorching Skin Burn. So yeah. I think I just try to lead with Seer Knight and try to get some damage early. That's got to be the game plan I go with. The thing that scares me is mainly Infernix Mud Spatter turn 1 with Goggles. But if it does that, then I can go into Gargolem attack. Yeah, Wintrix turn 1 is bad. I hope he doesn't do that play. Oh god, Wintrix turn 1. That's like the one play I did not want. Well, I mean, we get to see immediately if you have... well, we get to see if you have anything. Well, barbs. We get to see if you have Mud Spatter. I don't think a Mud Spatter Okos this Serenite because I have a lot of range defense investment on it. It's mainly just there to try to get hazards up. Okay, he does... Does he not have Mud Spatter? I guess he doesn't. Hammer Off comes in. Makes sense. Later barbs come up. Nice, I got barbs up, which is good. He could predict our Golem coming in, but if he does, then he's taking a lot of damage to itself. I think I'm just going to go Tyranics here. I don't think he's going to Mudslide. I think he's going to go with a big attacking nuke move. He's going to try to predict our Golem. Yeah, he tried to predict our Golem. Yep, try to predict our Golem coming in. Nice, I got him. I can go for a... Who could he go into, actually? Think about it. Who could he go into? I kind of forgot what his team was. I'll just Spectral Burst for damage. I'll just Spectral Burst. He doesn't want to take a Frost Beam in the face because the Hammer Off is good to keep for later. I'm just going to go for Spectral Burst. I think Spectral Burst is the best play here. I hope I can hit Billow Forge coming in. That's the reason why I got Layer Barbs up. That's so I can chip Billow Forge. Because if I can get rid of Billow Forge, then Florant has a pretty clean game. Okay, El Iguana. El Iguana comes in. Fair. That's a fair play. Well, I know what I'm going to do, so that's good. I'm going to go into Gargolem because, again, I don't care if you go for Flash and Flay. If you go for Flash and Flay, I just want to prevent Mudslide. I don't even care if you KO the... I don't even care if you even KO my Loomian. I just want to force the Billow Forge swap. I want Billow Forge to take damage. That's more important than keeping Gargolem's Clutch plushie. Yep, good play. That's fine. That is actually perfectly fine. And then if you go into Wintrix, I'm just going to hit the Wintrix. That's... Do I hit the Wintrix? See, I lose my Clutch plushie, but it's not the end of the world. Barbs stay up. That's the way I look at it. Barbs stay up. Barbs stay up. That's the way I see... That's the way I see this as, is Barbs stay up. Oh, your specialty boots and Hammer Off, aren't you? Alright. Now we can go into this thing. We can go into this thing now. You're not going for Rogue Assault. That's a bad play. Yep, you went for Timber Thrash, which gives me Woodsman! Oh, yeah. Okay, good luck. Good luck, bud. Okay, there's a lot of plays I could go with here. I think I'm just going to Soul Burst... I think I'm just going to Soul Burst Cornerius. No, I think I'm going to Soul Burst Para. We get to see if you have the Billow. You probably have Billow. Oh, Moraith takes a lot of damage. That's good. Moraith takes a lot of damage. I guess he doesn't have Billow Forge. I bet he doesn't have Billow Forge. Alright, let's go. Even though he has 2 resist, I feel like he does not have Billow Forge. With that play call, I don't think he has Billow Forge. Thing is, he can't go Wintrix, because if he loses Wintrix, Wintrix just... He doesn't want to lose Wintrix. So Flychomp Florant comes into the game. Alright, let's do this. This is going to do some nice damage, because Power Jaw boost it, Parasitize boost it. Gets it down to half HP. That's pretty crazy. I'll go for the Canarius Step now. I know it seems weird wasting my Soul Move, but that's in case he switched into Infernix, which he didn't. So Moraith is dead. That's a huge threat out of there. I still have Parasitized. He goes Wintrix, which is the best play you can make. That's the best play Mr. Wintrix can make. I can go into Valkyrie here. Valkyrie can come in. I am kind of scared of Wintrix. Wintrix can clean up if I'm not careful. This is a defensive Valkyrie, so I can use this to my advantage. We get to see what move Wintrix clicks. If it clicks, we finally get to see if the Wintrix does have Mud Spatter. The thing is, I don't know if this thing is Goggles or if it's Boots. I don't know what move the Wintrix could have. Honestly, I hope Wintrix baffles. Okay, predicted the switch into... The Hammer Off comes back in on Valkyrie. Meaning Rogue Assault is pretty much a free play. I gotta watch out for Rogue then. Rogue can destroy me in a hit. Yeah, Rogue is the freest play you can make here. So I'm gonna go back into Tronics. I don't care if you go for Earthquake. If you go for Earthquake and defeat my Tronics, no big deal. Yeah, I didn't want to take that on Florant, so yeah. That's why I made that play. I can now go for the Tricky Tactics on the incoming El Iguana. Hit it for super effective damage. It won't do much to El Iguana, but it is super effective damage nonetheless. I bet you he has Mudslide. Those barbs are gradually dealing some nice damage, and I actually get the hit Oh, nice. I get to hit Wintrix coming in. That's good. I get to hit Wintrix. Not for a lot of damage, but I get to hit Wintrix, so it's good. I just need to hit this thing a couple times. I'll go for a... maybe I should have Peace of Mind. Uh-oh, he's set up. Oh, no. I have Gargolem, though. Oh, no. This is bad, actually. He's set up variant. Why is he set up? Why is he the one set up variant I'll ever battle? So that means he's not Mud Spatter, then. Okay, he's not Mud Spatter, then. Alright, Seer Knight. He's not Mud Spatter, then. He better not be Mud Spatter. He better not be Mud Spatter. He better not be the one Mud Spatter Wintrix will ever battle. This will be bad otherwise. 2 Palms. Okay, Mud Spatter just completely cooks us now. Okay. If he has Mud Spatter, then we're not looking so hot. But I don't think he has it. So, if he has it, we lost. So, that's the thing. If he has Mud Spatter, we lost. So, yeah. We better hope he doesn't have it. I mean, Wintrix should have Mud Spatter. Unless it's Rant for Luminami, which it could be. The fact that he's thinking about this is making me think that he doesn't have Mud Spatter. Because if he had Mud Spatter, he would immediately click the move. Y'all know what I mean? He would immediately click the move if he had it. So yeah, I feel like he doesn't have it. He would immediately click Mud Spatter if he had it. Plus, he would have probably just attacked turn 1 if he had it too. So yeah, we now know that he's Peace of Mind on Wintrix, so it's not easy to get rid of that thing. Good to know. Goes into the Surkame. Surkame takes a little bit of damage. So I gotta keep Seer Knight alive. Good to know. Gotta keep Seer Knight alive. Get a little bit of damage on the Surkame. Barbs really does not help me in this battle. And I can't block Seasong. You know what? I'm just gonna place another Barbs. That will chip everything else. That will chip everything else. So that's the plan there. Like a Seasong does a lot. That's a little too much damage to my liking. That was a bad turn. That was a bad turn. Iguana comes back in. He really does not want to take Hazard's damage. So I'm going to the Gargolem. I'm not even going to think about it. I really cannot let him get Hazard damage up. Hazard damage is completely... I can't let him remove Hazards. Yeah. Nah, not having that. No. No, no, no. Dark Surge in case he goes into Wintrix. That's the safest play to go for. I mean, that's the best play for him to go. If I can get rid of Wintrix, then I have a great end game here with Florant. Either way, Florant already did work. It already KO'd his Morafe, which is making the battle a lot easier. But if I can get rid of Wintrix, I'm looking good. Plus, if I can get Florant in on something like Iguana, I could do a lot of work too, because there's Hazards up. I think he's just going to sack LA. Nope, he can't. He wants to get rid of those Hazards. Please be Wintrix. Oh my god, it's best case scenario. That's a best case scenario. I get to hit Wintrix twice. And I know he's not. The thing that's good is I know his Wintrix is not. I know his Wintrix is not Boot. So I know that I outspeed you, so bye-bye. Bye-bye. Bye-bye, Wintrix. Get out of here. Perfect. Got the Master Boost. Alright, let's do this now. Yeah, Gargolem attack is still pretty good at this game. Okay, you're Boots Behammer-off, aren't you? Okay, you're Boots Behammer-off. I can tell by the way you're playing. I'll go Florant. Even if you Rogue Assault me, I don't care. I just go back into Tyranics if you do that. Florant comes back in. Wait for Earthquake. Nice. I feel like he's Boots on Behammer-off. And yeah, the Hazards are... Yeah, he's not in a good situation. Florant, I think, cooks him the rest of the game. The thing that's good is that Florant is so bulky, it can just live. It can just live hits. And it's defensive typing. Despite not being great, it does have some very good resistances, like a quad resist to Earth. So, it has a lot of good resistances to its toolkit. I think it also quad resists Plant, although I run Woodsman before it gets into its Soul Burst form, which is huge because it can give you a melee attack increase. Yeah, I don't think he has any play because the Hazards. Yeah, double Hazards completely screws him. Even Frostblade with Surkame, I think Okos me. But even then, like, that's a lot of damage. Oh yeah, Eliguana, you're out. Yeah, that's his only play he can make. He has to sack Ellie. He has to sack Ellie. Oh, it's just dead anyway. I didn't think it was going to die in that hit. Yeah, Florant hits hard! Florant can do a lot of damage. I feel like Florant's very good under Bane of Haste if you use it with that. Surkame comes in. Surkame comes in. I can go for the... Do I just go for the Seer Knight play? Yeah, I'll go for the Seer Knight play. I'll Seer Knight and Boiling Press. I could set up with Pteronix on this if I need to. Yeah, it's the best play to go for. Yeah, he was going to Rejuvenate anyway. Actually, I probably should have just attacked it, honestly. Oh no, go for Boiling Press to chip it down. Boiling Press to chip the Surkame down a little bit. Not much, because Surkame is Surkame. Body Crash does a lot. Get my Milkshake activating. I can go for another layer of barbs. Because, yeah, the Surkame is actually almost out of energy, so let's use that to our advantage. Let's use the fact that Surkame is almost out of energy to our advantage. Alright, we got Surkame in range. Or at least it's close to range now. At least it's close to range now. Yeah, we have a lot of ways to win this game now. We'll go for a Boiling Press. Bye-bye, Mr. Surkame. As much damage as I can do. Even if you Rejuvenate, you're fine. You're wasting energy. Okay, he just Body Crashed again. Alright, nice. Now we can go into Valkyrie and pivot with a Flash and Flay. Honestly, yeah, let's go Gargolem. Gargolem works better. Gargolem on a Jetstream is the best play I can go for here. Let's do a lot of damage to the Mr. Surkame. It lived the hit, went for Rejuve. It's pretty much just wasting its heals now, which is perfect. Wasting its heals. Has enough for Frost Beam. Yeah, we're looking good. We have a winning endgame now. Yeah! Florant! Soul Burst Florant completely cooked that battle. KO'd the Eliguana, KO'd the Maraith. Switched into the Behemoth, which is nice. And yeah, it's going to get the final 2 KOs of this battle, too. Nicely done, Gargolem attack. Job well done. Kept the hazards up. Now we go with the Florant. And yeah, Florant wins from here. Florant wins from here. There's nothing you can do about it. Go for the Parasitize, because you outspeed. And let's see how much does Rogue Assault actually do to Florant. That's actually kind of something I want to see. How much does Rogue Assault do to Florant from a Behemoth? Also, the layer of barbs from Seer Knight is proving to be huge. Like, that's kind of the plan. I was trying to do this for the Billaforge, because Billaforge is actually something that Florant can't really hit unless Mega Chomp, which I'm not. I'm Beistaz. So, I needed the layer of barbs to deal with Billaforge, because the thing that's good is that Billaforge cannot regenerate its HP back, unless it's Health Amulet. So, that's why I needed the barbs up. That's a forfeit. Let's head into battle number 3. Battle number 3 with Florant, or Soul Burst Florant. And, okay, there's some good matchups, but there's also some bad ones. There is the Ludrix, which, ooh, I can do a lot of damage to it. It definitely seems like a half-rain team. It feels like kind of a half-rain team with some other Loomians that can do a lot of damage. You're great for Terradescent, so we can use that to our advantage. Yes, Festifer, but I have 2 fire types, and fire types are great in this battle, even with the rain up. So, I'll bring all... He's definitely not bringing Terradescent, I'll tell you that. Terradescent should never be a bring, because Metal type, Metal type, Metal type. Also, Dark Surge. That Protogon can be a little scary if I don't play it right, actually. So I gotta watch out for Protogon. I'll lead with you. Festiver can be brought, even with fire types, because Regift can be tough. Could be Chili Chomp on Skellic. That is something that I do gotta be careful about. Maraith can get hazards up, but I can also stop hazards from coming up. I can Gust it with Valkyrie. Do I bring Valkyrie? I kind of need it for that guy. Or do I bring something like... No, Tronix is better for the melee attackers, not the range ones. Plus, I can Holy Slash that thing. And the last thing, I think Ackloss could be very good late game. Boosted Wave Wreckers can do a lot of damage. Yeah. Boosted Wave Wreckers can do a lot of damage. Let's see who he leads with. He leads with Ronsador. Ronsador leads actually not terrible. It's not great, but not terrible. I'm going to go for a Zip Zap and just try to pivot out. We get to see immediately your Boots Ronsador. Okay, so your Specialty Boots Ronsador. Good to know. So he has Specialty Boots on Ronsador, meaning that's a good scout, actually. Now I know that he has Boots on that. But I also can't really deal with it that easily, so that's not ideal either. I'll go into Valkyrie. Valkyrie can come in, and I can go for a Holy Slash. Always go for Holy Slash here, because if he goes into Festifer, I want to hit it. Which, Festifer could come in, even though there's 2 fire types. I have a lot of Loomians that Festifer can wall, so Festifer switch in makes a lot of sense. Goes into Protogon, gets only a melee attack increase. Alright, that I should have just Flash and Flayed. That was bad. I should have just Flash and Flayed. If he goes in the if he zip zaps into Festa for this turn, then I'm not in a good situation. I'm gonna go with Kazune and get the speed boost. If he makes this predicted, I'm kind of in trouble, actually. Oh no, he just switched. Festifer? Ronsador. Ugh, Ronsador. He's playing Boots Ronsador so well. Bruh. Oh no. Can you live 2 Muck Blasts? If you don't, then I'm kind of in trouble. I do have defenses on this, so I should, but you never know. Okay, it critted. It critted. It critical hit me. I see. I see. Let's just lose the Ronsador, I see. I see that that's just what wants to happen. Fine, a Flash and Flay. Fine! Have your freaking tech Boots Ronsador cook me, I see. Have your tech beat me, I get it. I get it. You could use tech and it can work, I get it. I totally get it. Terrifying does not help. I'm going to use this as a chance to get Barbs up. I do have 2 fire types, but the thing is, if I can get rid of the Ronsador, I'll actually not be in a bad spot. So, that's a good thing. Don't go Festifer. He went to Ludrix. Ludrix Rain. Oh, Rain. Rain with the other guy. Ah, that's bad. I mean, I could go Florant. That's not a terrible play call I can go with. I can go Florant. Problems if he goes back Ronsador again. He did not make that play. He Jetstream predicted. Bruh. I'm getting utterly owned. I'm getting utterly owned right now. Well, I'm just going to use Corneria Snap. I have to use it. It's forced. Well, I'm forced to use it. If I don't use it, I lose. Oh, you did bring Terradescent. Why did he bring Terradescent? Why did he bring Terradescent? Huh? I mean, I wasted my move, but that doesn't matter too much. I get to keep this alive. Like, thing is, I use the move, Corneria Snap, to just try to stay alive here. I don't know why he did that. I don't know why he did that. That's interesting. I don't know why he did that. Corneria Snap does no damage, but that's fine. I could Para for some HP. I could Para or go for Vice Jaws as my moves. Larabarbs is up. I'll go for Para. Okay, you're actually just trying to set up. Bruh. Really? Are you Watcher? On Terradescent? Huh? I don't get that. That does actually a little bit too much damage. The rain is actually keeping me alive. So you know what? I will Vice Jaws. Because guess what? Yeah, it's keeping me alive. Vice Jaws should KO the Terradescent. Yeah, get out of here! I don't know why he brought Terradescent. I brought 3 metal types. That's an interesting play call. Deludrix can come back in, though, and actually do a lot of damage to me, too. I can do a lot of damage to it, but... Huh? Skellig? Unless they're Chili Chomp, and this is not helping you. Thing is, he can't set up a Drudge. But I do have Akalos on the back, so I'll just Parasitize. You get to see if you have... Of course, you're Chili Chomp. I lived! Wow! Florant, you're bulky as heck! You're bulky as heck, man! Oh! Get on out of here, Skellig! Get on out of here! It's not every day that you live a quad effective hit and then KO a Loomian. Yeah, that's the power of Soul Burst Florant. And yeah, I know he has only 2 left. Does he have 2 or 3 left? I don't remember. Yes, Protagon. Okay, I gotta save this for Protagon. Okay, good to know. I gotta save this for Protagon. Thing that's good is that the Ronsador is taking a lot of hit. Thing is, I can't go into the other guy. I can't go into... I need to save it because I have to go into this. Darn, I have to do this. This sucks. I have to go into this. The problem is I give Protagon a melee, which is not ideal. Muck Blast. Still doing a lot. Oh, actually, the poison might actually be good here. Please. Actually, the poison could be very good here. Yes! Thank you! Oh, the poison proved to be helpful. The reason why the poison actually proved to be helpful that turn, I'm going to Boiling Press. Reason why I'm Boiling Pressing is because of the risk of Deludrix. Deludrix is still scary, but I have Ikazune as a winning a game. Oh, well, one of them's getting hit. Protagon's getting hit. That's good. Protagon's getting hit. Protogon does get a ranged, though, which is not ideal. Protogon will get range. Boiling Press will do a lot of damage. Not enough to OHKO, but that's fine. I don't need it to OHKO. I just need to stall that Ronsador. Ronsador will only have one attack left. That's what I gotta play for. Thing is, I cannot lose the other guy. I'll Barb again. No, I should have won it. That was a bad play. Now he gets another KO of Ronsador. Bro, Ronsador is absolutely cooking me. Freaking Ronsador. Oh, no, he went to Ludrix. Oh, went to Ludrix. And I noticed the Ludrix ain't boots either, so yeah. Because I know what his boots Loomian is, so that's good. I know what his boots Loomian is, so we have a winning endgame here, because the layer of barbs is up. We can go for a Zip Zap. Zip Zap is basically the... Oh, your counterpoise. Of course you have counterpoise on your Deludrix. And of course it critted too. But thank God you're dead. And thank God Ikazune's a fire type. This could actually be a close endgame, actually. This endgame could actually be close. I'll go into you. You're probably not going to live the Ronsador hit, but I might as well try. Oh, he went Protogon first. He went Protogon first. Interesting. He went Protogon first. Got melee. Going Florant. It's a very specific play to stay alive. Nice, I got him. Got him on the Thunder Strike. Still did a lot of damage, but not that much. I get to heal from the rain, and you know what? I'm going for Photosynthesis to try to stay alive. I'm not going to take any risk. I'm not going to take any risk. You're stuck in the Thunder Strike. I'm going to use this. I'm going to use Protogon's lack of damage as my chance to get into this battle. As my chance to heal. Yeah, let's heal with Florant. I know how to win this. I know how to win this endgame. Let you waste your attacks. You pretty much are just forced to go into... Yeah, Florant! GG's! Yeah, Boots Ronsador almost completely cooked me. But, yeah. Soul Burst Florant might not be the best Soul Burst in the world, but it can still work. Its defensive typing, while not great, has some key resistances, and it's really bulky. And it's pretty hard. Like, that's the thing. Florant is good on certain stall teams, because it's a defensive Loomian that actually hits very hard, while still having a lot of the defensive tools. Like, that's the big thing that makes Soul Burst Florant stand out compared to other Soul Bursts. I still don't think it's a great Soul Burst, but it's definitely pretty underrated. I definitely recommend it. Hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I'll see y'all all later. Bye-bye!